I grew up in a Christian home, and I believed in Christ. I worshiped and I attended church, and I had a personal relationship with him. We went to church every single Sunday. My dad works for Coca-Cola, so we got transferred to Hong Kong and moved to Bangkok, Thailand, and different parts of the world. Moving across the world, you experience God in so many different ways. People's perception of God is different in every country you go to. Living in Hong Kong, we had freedom of religion, so it was good to be with fellow believers and to learn more about Christ in that aspect. My dad, my mom, my sister started going to Apostles right after we moved back from Asia. Me and Kiana got hooked into STS, and we were there quite frequently. We met with a lot of other kids our age and the leaders. And then my parents, they became members soon after. We consistently went to Apostles ever since then. I moved overseas to Hong Kong. Most people played soccer there. That's how I intermingled with people, get to know people, was to play soccer. As I kept playing, I enjoyed it. Once I moved back to the States, it's kind of when things started to change. My focus was more on the sports aspect to become a better player. I was like, I don't need God in this because I got it on my own. I didn't need his help. And it was going very well. I've developed the skills that I needed to become that player. So my focus became becoming that athlete that can make it to the next level. And on top of that, building my relationships with other people, I took that far more seriously than building my relationship with Jesus Christ. That's when things kind of got into a difficult spot for me in my walk with Christ. The lowest point that I got to was when I went through a difficult relationship, and when I realized that God had not been the center of my life, and that I was taking things into my control instead of allowing him to take things into his control. That's when I knew that I needed to seek his word and seek his will again to continue living the life of God that I was previously. My STS leader, Mark Johnson, took me under his wing. I grew a lot with him and learned a lot from him. As time's grown by, I've met up with Rand, Mike, Kevin, and all the other leadership in the church, and as soon as I got to know them more, I got to know Jesus more through them. So while attending Apostles and watching Dr. Youssef preach, I've realized it's from the heart from him. He takes his time and preaches it from the Word and the Word only. He doesn't compromise any of the truth, and that's what I really appreciate about coming to Apostles. One of the biggest things I took from being a new member was when Mike told us that he wanted us to worship, have good community, and get back into ministry. I felt like it was my calling to get back into the student ministry and the college ministry as I plugged in, enjoy it every single Sunday. Serving in STS is really important to me because I love kids. I remember when I was in STS, I had a grown guy take me under his wing, and it really just helped me out, not only with my walk with Christ, but outside life too. Just having this community at Church of the Apostles to be able to show up whenever and talk to them about anything, I really do appreciate that. You don't really know what you have until you don't have it. So when I look back on it now, I had this entire community the entire time, just never took advantage of it until I recentered my life back to Christ. I'm thankful to serve and give back to those in the student ministry and the college ministry. And I'm just looking forward to the opportunity to grow, not only myself, but to grow with others in a Christ-like manner